Hi there, it's March and we're in the middle of the UK lockdown for one of the biggest crises this country's seen for a long time. And it strikes me that this seems a bizarre time to produce this video. But nevertheless, this is where I'm at. This is my 100th YouTube video. 100! I've been producing this channel now for just over a year. I think I started on March the 14th last year. For the 100th video, I thought I'd do a collection of my biggest YouTube boobs, the mistakes that I've made along the way that have led to where I am now. When I first started this channel, I initially called it the beating of a bullied mind. And that's because when I started out, I thought I'd talk a lot more about what it's been like living for 50 odd years with a facial paralysis and the pros and cons of that. And after a period of time, I realised that it was going in a particular direction. So I completely rebranded and changed the name of the channel. And it was around that time, just before Christmas, when I hit 100 subscribers. And in case you don't know what that means, when you've got 100 subscribers, you can actually change your channel name to a unique URL. So the URL for this channel is youtube.com/c/morethanjustacleaner. But yes, this is my 100th video. And these are some of the boobs I've made along the way. First and foremost, number one, eyes on the lens. Keep your eyes on the lens when you're recording. Above my camera, there is a display panel that I can see myself on. I still catch myself looking at that to see how I look on the camera rather than actually looking at you. Yes, you behind that lens. So yes, YouTube boob number one, not looking at the actual camera lens, looking at the screen instead. You see, when I point, when my eyes follow it, you see the difference. Same thing happens on a phone. You end up going, depending on where your camera lens is. So look at the lens. YouTube boob numero dos. When I first started out, I started recording everything in 4K. I bought a 4K little vlogging camera, DVC vlogging camera, and I was recording everything in 4K. Now don't get me wrong, 4K is very trendy at the moment on YouTube, and so many people are recommending it, etc, and it's just very popular. But it's not essential. The biggest problem I had with recording in such high definition was I was doing all my editing using Pinnacle on a laptop that didn't have the capacity to handle it. It couldn't cope with the high definition. And also Pinnacle uses a lot of resources on the computer too, so using that and having recorded in high definition, it just kept crashing all the time. It was so slow and sluggish. So you don't need to record in 4K. This isn't. This is recorded in 720p. I've experimented between 720 and 1080. 720 is far easier to work with. I've upgraded and bought a desktop PC with a 1.5 processor, Intel processor, and that handles things much better. I still work in 720p. It's just easier to work with. YouTube boob number three. Okay, one of the things I did was I numbered all my videos when I set off. So it would be 1 and then the name of the video, 2 and the name of the video, 3 and the name of the video. Utterly irrelevant. The misguided thought was that if people liked what I did and they saw that this was number, say, 20 that they'd watch, they'd then go back and watch the other 19. None of my videos have sort of like a sequential aspect to them anyway. With the exception of some of the vacuum cleaner reviews that I've done, they're not really sequential. And you can always put anything that does need to be sequential into a playlist. So you don't need to actually number your videos. You should always name your videos as accurately as possible. So don't worry about numbering videos. If you're doing something that is sequential, by all means do so. For me, utterly pointless. I want to add a fourth one to this. It was supposed to be the top three, but I'm going to add a fourth one, and it's about tags. Initially, a lot of the tags that I used were singular words. Tags are actually better if you use expressions. When I started changing all my tags to actually search expressions, the kind of things people actually type into YouTube, things worked a lot better. One of the things, I'm going to share this with you, I'm going to put a link in the description below. One of the things that's really helped me with this is a web app called TubeBuddy. It's an extension for Google Chrome too, and you can also get an app for it for your phone. TubeBuddy is great. It helps you with your SEO, helps you with your tags, and so many more things. I can't even list them all. And I do actually have a paid subscription to this because I just find it so useful, but there is a free version of it, and I'll put a link below. Try it out, see what you think. If you want to pay for it, that's up to you, but there's a free version where you get limited access, but it does give you It'll give you a lot more information and a lot more insight into what you're doing. So by all means, give that a go. Okay, that's it for now. So in this time where we are on a lockdown, I hope you are doing a bit more with your YouTube channel, having a bit more fun. Go for it. Stay safe, everybody. Look after yourselves and look after your own, and stay indoors and have a little fun. Always remember, try and have a little fun. I'll see you on the other side. Be good. So hard not to look at that bloody screen. Okay, that'll do for that.